I'm gonna do the cosplay tag. Yes, I am filming this in the exact same outfit I wore for my LARP tag, but that's because I don't get many days off, so 2 videos in a row. Yeah, let's do this. So, first question is, how did you get into cosplay? Well, probably gonna hear this a lot, but I was severely bullied at school, had no friends, was pretty much a loner, and so the friends that I did get, I kind of like wanted to make them my friends and adopt what they had. So I kind of like changed myself to be like them. Anyway, this one friend I had who did particularly care about me and wanted me to like have fun and like stuff and that, turned around and he's like, you have to read this. And at the time he was obsessed with mangas. Like that's all he would read in class. And like to the point that teachers would be like, put the book away or we're gonna take it. Yeah. So, I was like, look, I'm not really interested in stuff like that, but I'll read one. Just to make him happy, I will read one. Probably gonna hate it, but I'll suffer through it, just like a school book, you know, the ones that you have to read for class. Anyway, so he takes me to the library that day, and he goes, look, read this. And he hands me the D. Gray Man's first manga. That started a dark, deep spiral of manga obsession, anime obsession, pretty much weeabooism. And once you're on that track, you kind of don't go back. You've got like a thing, and then of course you're going to start watching YouTube. And I remember this one YouTuber, I think it was Meg Turney, I'm not sure, it might have been after her, but I watch so many now that I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was Meg Turney, and she did a video, the first one that I watched, was something about cosplay. And from seeing that experience and that, I started Google searching, I started researching, I started fangirling over these people making beautiful outfits, being like, I can never do that. And it got to the point that one day I was like, look, I have 3 friends, they're going to a convention in Sydney, I want to go. I had moved school at this time, I'd met new people, and these 3 guys were massive gamers and nerds, and it was great. And they're like, look, they're going, I want to go, but I don't want to just walk around as me. And at this time, I was obsessed with fairy tale. So I spoke to my parents, I showed them all the videos that had been shown that were decent, and explained things to parents, and I did so much research on how or why or where I can get stuff, and I saved up the money, and I got myself Levy McGarden's Cosplay. And it was great. But that's what started me cosplaying, is a manga handing me a D. Gray Man book. Wait, what? A friend handing me a D. Gray Man manga. Wow. Alright, question 2. What was your first cosplay? I basically just covered that, and it was Levy McGarden from Fairy Tail. So much love for that character, and she will always be my cosplay profile picture thing on Facebook, because she's important and special to me. Yeah. Alright, well, question 3. What is your favourite cosplay? I don't really have a favourite. I've done so many now that each character holds like a special spot in my heart. But there are some characters that I don't like as much as the others. Levy's always going to hold a special place because she was my first cosplay. I did a Juvia cosplay, also from Fairy Tail. Her like ripped up, torn outfit after that massive fight that she has. And that actually won me a cosplay competition in America. Long story, but it was amazing. And then I have a couple of other ones that'll always be important because they're ones that I'm really proud of what I've accomplished. But I think my most recent one that I'm really proud of is probably my Raven cosplay. I did the version with her demon markings, and to be honest, I can't find anyone that cosplays that. And I don't know, she'll just always hold a special place for me. And then like Joker's daughter, one of my also most recent ones, everyone loves how I've pulled her off, and my hair works really well for her, and everyone wanted to know how I made my mask, and so I got a lot of attention for that, and it was so much fun running around being this crazy psycho. But then I've got like my chandelier, which has my LED lights with my first ever attempt. If you want to see that, check out my Instagram, or my Facebook page. I just uploaded too. But yeah, so each of them hold a different important special place for me. So, but they're probably my top 5, I think that was. Alright. Question 4. How many cosplays have you done? I don't know. Too many to keep track of. I try and do a different cosplay for each event I go to, which sometimes makes them really not as good as they should be, but I don't know, it's fun being someone new all the time. And I put a lot of effort into what I do to try and get it as close as I can. And on a limited budget and stuff, so yeah. But I don't know how many I've done. I've done at least 20 that I know of, off the top of my head. Probably done more, but I have a lot of unfinished ones too. Sorry. Alright, question 5. What are the top 5 on your list of cosplays I want to make? Okay. My top 5 always changes. I have this one that I was meant to do for an upcoming event, but I ran out of time and I ran out of funding, so whoopsies. Next year, I guess. It'll be DJ Sauna. I want to have all the electronics done and sound and awesomeness. So I'll be doing that one, hopefully. So that's always going to be my number 1 cosplay that I want to do. The others always change. I suppose it depends on what I'm into at the time and all that kind of stuff. I am kind of obsessed with Pokemon cosplays at the moment because the Gajinkas, I can't say it, everyone always corrects me, so correct me in the comments if you want. Everyone's got such interesting and beautiful designs for different Pokemon, and I find them really pretty. I don't know why, and plus Pokemon Go just came out, so like, stuff, obsessions, people, I don't know. So there'll probably be a couple of Pokemon in there, and then I do want to do another Fairy Tail cosplay. I miss my Fairy Tail cosplay, but so probably one of the versions of Urza Scarlet. I want to do her knight, the black armor she has, not the one that everyone wants to do of her giant like heavens armor or whatever it's called. But I want to do her like demon armor because that one's so pretty, and I don't know, it's just more me. But then I suppose the last one on my top 5 list will be from D. Grey Man. I want to do one of the Akumas. I don't know how I'll do it, but it will be fun and it'll be awesome, and yeah, D. Grey Man. Alright, question 6. I just did 6 backwards, whoopsies. Do you prefer to buy or make your costumes? I prefer to make, and then like the things like belts and pins and stuff and all those little intricate things that I can't make, I like to buy, just because it's easier. But I do really enjoy making things, as you can see my pile of junk here and costume in the bag over there that's being made at the moment. I do really enjoy the accomplishment that I get from it, and they're like, wow, I made this from nothing. What? And I'm getting better all the time, so yeah, I like to make over buy, but like I don't care if people buy their costumes or if they make it, as long as you're happy doing the character and you pull it off well, as in like you don't just walk around as like, yo, I'm Ronnie from like nothing, but I'm cosplaying like Natsu. Like get in the character, have fun with it, run around and be Natsu if you want to, like, you know. That's something that I'll always care more for, rather than the whole, I made it or I bought it. Nah. Like, who cares? Just have fun. Alright, question 7. What is the most memorable experience with cosplay? Memorable experience? I've had a lot, but I probably won't ever forget either winning a cosplay comp in America with a costume that I was really quite basic, and I'm I didn't expect to get anything with. That will probably always be a memory, and the fact that the judge came up to me afterwards and she's like, oh my god, we were so happy to see someone that like coloured their eyebrows and all the extra details. Like I had like black smudge on me, as in like the battle scars and stuff, and she's like, you pulled it off so well, the attention to detail was amazing. Like, I don't know, that'll always be one of my favourite memories. And then the other one was Smash 2014, I think. Might be before that. 2014, I want to say. I did Lucy from Fairy Tail again. Woohoo! And these 4 different Natsu cosplayers, because Fairy Tail was so big back then, ran up to me, and out of nowhere, they just grabbed my arms and started tug-of-warring me, and they're like, Lucy's mine! No, she's mine! No, she's mine! It was so much fun. And then we had this massive big photo shoot that wasn't planned, and oh my god, so many fun memories. So if you want to see, I actually have a picture of them tug-of-warring me. It used to be my cosplay page's like cover photo, so if you flick through them you can see it there, which was a lot of fun, so yay. Alright, so question 8. Which do you prefer, cosplaying in a group or cosplaying on your own? I have cosplayed with a group a little bit. I cosplayed with a friend a couple of times, and that's always good fun, having like the 2 cosplayers. So I did Pyrrha from Ruby, and she did Neo from Ruby, and we cosplayed together, and so we had like the whole, you know, I'm on the good team, she's on the bad team going on, and so in pictures it was good fun. But then we actually met a whole bunch of Ruby cosplayers, and we did photo shoot, and then we met up again at a different convention, because why not? And so that was a lot of fun. Me personally, I do really enjoy the like friend cosplays, and then meeting other cosplayers and being like, come here at this time and we'll get a big group together and we'll do fun stuff. That's more fun than having a group already arranged, I think, because then you're not meeting anyone new and it's not exciting. But I definitely prefer cosplaying with a friend rather than just by myself, unless it's a cosplay character that everyone knows and can instantly recognize, which I've done a couple of those ones where people are like, huh? Okay. But yeah, so probably cosplaying with a friend, so a little bit more into the group scene than the singular scene. Alright, question 9. Hang on. Is there a pattern in your cosplays? If so, what? Yes. Cosplay for the season. I do summer cosplays in summer if I can, and more wintry cosplays in winter, because stuff freezing to death. Unless I know I'm going to be in a really hot convention hall, I am not going to dress in a skimpy outfit, because that's just not going to happen. You're going to freeze your butt off, so no. But other than that, it's definitely my obsessions, so I go through phases. So like originally I was the anime cosplayer, and then I was into DC cosplays, so like there'll be like a couple of continuations, so that's the pattern, I guess. Alright. Question 10. What is your most recent cosplay? My most recent is Chandelure, which was a lot of fun. The Pokemon, I did like the Gajinka, I can't even say it, for her, and she was so pretty, and I wore it to Neko Nation, and it was so much fun, and I had spotlights on me because LEDs, so that was so much fun. I'm currently working on 2 new ones, which should be good fun, so if you follow me on social media, you'll see those starting to take place, and but other than that, that's my most recent one, so yeah. If I can recommend anything, I will recommend, if you want to get into cosplay, just go to a convention. Wear an outfit that isn't super expensive, but it's a character that you love. If you love the character, you're gonna have fun. So yeah, if you want to cosplay, just do it. Take life by the reins. Yeah. Alright, see ya.